welcome to the Say Yes to What's Next podcast, where embracing change can ignite a world of possibilities. Hey now, I'm your host, Elise Ancel, and welcome back to this week's episode, Let Tensions Guide You. Ever feel like your life is holding its breath, caught in the tension between where you've been and where you want to go? These moments can feel frustrating, but they're also invitations to pause and listen. Tensions are often signposts, highlighting areas that need attention, clarity, or even a complete realignment. Today, let's explore how tuning into these moments can guide us toward better choices that align with the future we're stepping into. A few months back, I read the book Better Decisions, Fewer Regrets by Andy Stanley, and the Conscience Question chapter asks, is there a tension that deserves your attention? And that question forced me to look back and be honest with myself because I knew exactly what he was talking about. Tensions that I was aware of that caused me to feel uneasy about a direction or choice I was about to make. I'd like to say I paused or leaned into what was causing the uneasiness, but instead I decided to disregard it for whatever the reason. If your family or close circle of friends are anything like mine, they have no problem sharing their thoughts even though you don't ask. There would be times when I'd be sharing what was going on in my world, and without fail, any one of them would share their opinion on the matter. Sometimes I'd become so frustrated, thinking to myself, it's my business, and I don't recall even asking opinions. But there's that tension Andy talks about in the book. I was getting bent out of shape by what they said, even defensive at times because there were some truths that were pointed out that I should revisit. Those tensions we experience don't always mean no, but certainly more time should be spent to think about the decision or choices about to be made. The author further points out how we tend to discount truth depending on who delivers the information. I could definitely relate. I recall thinking things like, what do they know? They've never been in this position or they're always in my business. And how am I not ever in their business, but once again, here they go in mine. But I'm glad to have them in my life where they love me enough to challenge me on thinking of a better way to execute the plan. While sometimes I admit there was no plan, it was just something that felt or sounded good to do at the time. Turns out paying attention to the tension in some of those situations would have helped me avoid many of the disappointments, time, and money I experienced. So yes, moving forward, I've made the decision to become more intentional about paying attention to the tension regardless of who tells me. Let's think about it for a moment. When life feels out of sync, the tension is often a clue pointing to something you value, whether it's balance, freedom, purpose, or peace. By taking time to identify what's truly important to you, your choices naturally begin to align. Discomfort often accompanies this process, but it's not something to avoid. Instead, lean into it and ask, what is this trying to teach me? Often, the answers lead to breakthroughs you didn't see coming. Choosing what's next can also mean releasing what no longer serves you. It might be an outdated mindset, an unfulfilling routine, or a fear that's holding you back. Letting go creates the space you need to embrace what's truly meant for you. Ignoring tension doesn't make it disappear. It just delays the inevitable. Facing it head on shows that your growth matters, and even a small step can move you closer to the life you envision. And remember, before rushing into decisions, take a moment to pause. Reflecting allows you to ensure your next step is intentional and aligned with your true purpose. Growth isn't about speed, it's about staying connected to what matters most. So, what is one area of your life that feels out of sync or stuck right now? When you pause to reflect on it, what priorities or values come to mind? Consider what this tension is trying to reveal. Maybe it's asking you to let go of something to step into a space you've been hesitant to enter. How can you lean into this moment, even if it feels uncomfortable? Think about a small step you can take today, even if it's as simple as gaining clarity or making space to listen to what's next. Remember, alignment isn't about figuring it all out at once. It's about choosing with care and courage to move forward with what feels true to you. As we wrap up, think about the tensions in your own life that might be asking for your attention. What feels like it's holding you back? And what could it be guiding you toward? These moments of tension aren't here to stop you. They're here to shape you, refine your priorities, and nudge you closer to alignment with your true path. Take some time to reflect on what these areas are telling you about what matters most and how you can step forward, even if it's just one small intentional step. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress and staying connected to your vision for what's next. Thanks for joining me today. Stay tuned and I'll catch you in the next episode of Say Yes to What's Next. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Until the next time.